3, 2, 1.
What's up, Net Soldiers? I am the Net Alliance, and welcome to the first edition of Tales of the Wookieepedia. In this series, I will be covering random characters, items, and planets from both the canon and non-canon Star Wars universe. So if you have any suggestions for a future video topic, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're a subscriber of mine, make sure to hit that little bell button underneath the title. It'll notify you every time I upload a video so you can get my videos first. But with that out of the way, today's topic is, who is Darth Marr? Let's begin. Before the war. A human male, the individual later known as Darth Marr, was born in 3702 BBY in the territory of the resurgent Sith Empire. However, Marr's history was shrouded in secrecy. Anyone who possessed knowledge of his past refused to reveal anything they knew of the Sith Lord once he came to power. Trained as a Sith warrior, Marr adopted the armored battlesuit like many powerful Sith, and Marr's armor and emotionless mask were designed to invoke the idea of a monstrous Sith-spawned creature. Marr recovered the lightsaber of the ancient Sith Lord Tulak Hord on the planet Droman Fells, shortly before his ascension to the Sith Empire's ruling Dark Council, a position that he achieved sometime around the beginning of the Great Galactic War with the Galactic Republic in 3681 BBY. Like the other 11 members of the Council, Marr headed one of the Empire's spheres of influence, in Marr's case, the Sphere of Defense of the Empire. Around 3678 BBY, Darth Marr and several other Dark Councilors confronted the Sith Lord Khalifo on the world of Korriban, arresting him for his heresy just as Khalifo's apprentice, Teneb Kel, returned from a mission into the planet's ancient tombs. Kel was allowed to participate in the Imperial offensive on Bajiran, but after the invasion of Bajiran ended, the apprentice was arrested as well. Darth Marr led parades in the streets on Kaz City, on the Imperial capital of Droman Kaz, in celebration of the victory, but afterwards he attended a meeting of the Council in their chamber beneath the Imperial Citadel. There, Kel was brought before Darth Marr and the other Dark Councilors, and ordered to kill Lord Khalifo. Marr noticed the young Sith drew strength from his fear, causing another counselor to mock Kel for not drawing upon his anger. When a counselor halted the battle before Khalifo's death, the Sith was taken away by the Imperial Guardsmen to be tortured, and Marr reminded the apprentice that he was not special. His master had made him into a disgrace. However, Marr and several other counselors recognized that Kel could still be used as a weapon, and Marr revealed a hologram of the apprentice's target, Exal Kresh, the wayward apprentice of the Sith Emperor. The Dark Counselor brushed aside Kel's questions, informing the young human that his place in the Empire would be judged again, if he succeeded in his mission. He then brought Kel before the Emperor himself, bowing low as the Sith ruler informed Marr's chosen assassin that Kresh could be found in the Lanico system. Kel would eventually successfully track down and kill Kresh on Korriban, though not before learning that the Emperor intended to create his children, which were essentially extensions of the Emperor himself, that would spread influence secretly across the galaxy. During the young human's report to the Dark Council, he refused to submit to their authority and prompted Darth Marr to summon a storm of Force lightning as a threat. However, Kel convinced the Council to accept his offer in exchange for information of the Emperor's plans. For this, the Dark Council would grant him the rank of Sith Lord and the title of Darth Thanaton, Defender of the Empire. As the Great Galactic War continued, Darth Marr attained a fearsome reputation among both the Republic and the Empire, leading the Imperial forces into battle and defending the Empire's conquest against the Republic counterattacks with fearless determination. In 3660 BBY, Darth Marr drove back the Republic offensive against Korriban, and he dealt the enemy another grievous defeat when the Republic attempted to strike Ziost. By the end of the war, Marr had trained an apprentice of his own, known as Darth Lakris, who was a fierce warrior at heart who understood the bitter necessity of politics like her master. He also took an interest in certain Force-sensitive individuals within the Empire, such as the brother of Talos Drellic, and would often personally take them to the Sith Academy on Korriban. Marr was known throughout the Republic as the Masked Dark Counselor, who had defeated entire armies and halted dozens of Republic assaults, and he was one of the only 7 members of the Dark Council who was still alive by the time the Treaty of Coruscant ended the war in 3653 BBY. Over the next decade, a time that became known as the Cold War, Darth Marr devoted himself to preparing the Empire for the next conflict, strengthening Imperial defenses and exerting control over his sphere of influence, to ensure the Republic would find no cracks in the armor of the Empire. After Moff Xerxes failed to quell an uprising on the Imperial-conquered world of Sullust, the man was summoned to a private audience with Darth Marr. After the meeting, Xerxes dictated a letter of resignation and shot himself, leading to many rumors about what actually happened between the two, the most predominant one being that the Sith Lord killed him. Governor Licinius Malchero's continued failure to suppress the Balmorian resistance on the conquered planet of Balmora eventually led to his removal by the Dark Council, and Marr's former apprentice Darth Lacris was selected to take Malchero's place. After a Republic assault on the world failed, Lacris's forces captured a large number of Republic troops and several Jedi, and the Sith Lord delivered the captive Jedi to Darth Marr, so that the Dark Counselor could attempt to break the prisoners and convert them to the dark side of the Force. Infighting and Open War. In 3641 BVY, Darth Marr was presented with the body of Supreme Chancellor Dorian Generis by Darth Tormund. Tormund had assassinated the Chancellor aboard his personal cruiser during the Battle of Corellia. Darth Marr was rather pleased with Tormund's work. However, Marr's support infuriated his fellow Dark Counselor, Darth Decimus, whose sphere of military strategy had planned the Imperial invasion of Corellia. Not long afterwards, Darth Marr and the other counselors were summoned to Korriban by a fellow Dark Counselor named Darth Barris. At the meeting, Barris attempted to declare himself voice of the Emperor, which is essentially an individual through whom the Emperor delivered his commands through, and therefore could take control over the entire Empire. But Barris was interrupted by the arrival of Darth Vowron and Barris's former apprentice, the Emperor's Wrath. The Emperor's Wrath challenged Darth Barris to a duel, and although a few of the Dark Council members did agree with it, it ultimately fell to Darth Marr's decision. So Marr allowed the battle between Barris and his former student, the Emperor's Wrath. Whichever fighter was victorious would be acknowledged by the Council as the true servant of the Emperor. As Marr and the other counselors watched from their seats, the Wrath battled the false voice in a duel within the Council chambers. But as Darth Barris began to falter, he appealed to Darth Marr, asking for his help in the battle, but Marr refused him.
Call upon the Dark Council to kill this fool! Now! The Emperor commands it! Darth Marr, strike on the Emperor's behalf, or suffer his disfavor!
I believe I'll take my chances.
And so, Darth Barris was slain by his former apprentice. After which, Marr then led the rest of the Dark Council in acknowledging the Wrath's position and his right to free reign.
At last, the end of Barris. The air clears and my lungs breathe deeply again. You have proven that you are truly touched by the Emperor. The Dark Council knows that the Emperor's wrath has free reign.
You are acknowledged, Wrath. Your actions will not be challenged as long as they do not contradict our own.
You are answerable only to our ultimate master. The enemies of the Empire tremble. The Emperor's wrath shall consume them all.